Hello ladies and gentlemen, fellow traders. Today is 29th of March 2020. The time is 11:35 am. Welcome to our BBMA weekly analysis for the trading week of 30th of March to the 3rd of April 2020. This will be the last trading week of March and the first trading week of April. So we will have NFP this week on Friday. Let's get started. We start by review our BBMA setup SOP as usual. So there's no change in the SOP except for the last week. We are practicing profit target of 10% of our account of the account to take profit. These have produced a significant improvement in our win rate and also increased the equity of our account significantly. So the setup SOP still remain the same. TF1 is weekly, TF2 is daily, TF3 is H4, and TF4 H1 as a confirmation. Let's review our last week trade. For last week, 23rd of March, our growth was 4.19%. We have reduced our trading size because the market volatility, and we don't want to incur big loss if the market movement is too volatile. So we have a very good track record last week. We have so far we have no cut loss, and we have closed most of our trade with TP. At the time being, we have only one trade running, which is the UJ and also EuroCAD. So the rest of trade we have closed. This is a very profitable and good week for us. So let's look at this week trade setup. We start by looking at DXY for USD currency index. On the weekly time frame, we can see DXY is basically hovering in between the buy and also sell zone. However, we take this as a sell, re-entry sell, because it's more toward the sell zone. So weekly for us, DXY is re-entry sell. In D1 is CSAK sell. H4 is CSM sell. And now it's making the last candle was the MHV buy, and H1 is a MHV buy. However, the sell pattern is still in play. So for us, we see DXY is still a downtrend. However, the trend is weakened, as we can see in D1. The BBMA is not expanding anymore. It starts to contract. So we will take caution in our trade because USD will probably reverse this week. Okay, the first pair we're going to look at is Euro USD. For Euro USD, in weekly we can see a re-entry sell. Okay, in D1 we can see a CSAK buy. So then got trapped into this kind of trade, and as you can see, the BBMA is flat. So if a BBMA flat based on the basic BBMA, if the price reaches the top BB, it will bounce back to the low BB. Okay, on H4 is a CSM buy, and H1 is a CSM buy. So for us, what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for sell setup to happen, because as we said just now, on a flat BB, if the price reach the top, it will bounce back. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set a alert in H1, waiting for CSM sell. CSM sell. And also we always want to check if the price crossed the EMA 50. So that's our first alert for this week. Okay, let me just clear all the alert on all other that we have made. So we don't confuse ourselves with all the alert. Okay, let me just redo this one. CSM sell. Okay, so this is our alert for this week. Okay, next pair. Let's look at GBP USD. For GBP USD, you can see is a re-entry buy, right? And this candle is an engulfing candle in weekly, a pretty strong engulfing candle. And as you can see, the BBMA is contracting, mean this downward movement is ending and it's gonna move up. You have to check in D1. As you can see, D1 there's also engulfing candle, and currently D1 is a MHV CSAK buy. Okay, and H4 is already CSM buy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna entry buy based on the buy zone here. And if you can see, the EMA 50 and the mid BB is touching each other, so this will be a continual move upward. Okay, so GBP USD, we entry buy on H4. Next pair is AUD USD. For AUD USD, we can see a re-entry buy as well, and the BB is contracting, mean the downward movement is weakened. However, on the daily time frame, on AUD USD, the BBMA only have made the CSA. It's not a CSAK yet. So CSAK if it's crossed above the mid BB, but here it doesn't cross above the mid BB. And at the same time, we can see that the BBMA is contracting, mean the downward movement is weak and it potentially reverse. We look at H4, we can see CSM buy, so we can do a buy at the buy zone here from the mid BB to the low BB. Okay, that is AUD USD is a buy. And then next pair is EuroCAD. For EuroCAD, we can see it in weekly price is at the re-entry sell zone. 3 week has rejected the actually closed outside the BB for this 3 week, as you can see here. And if we go to sorry, let me do this movement is still a little bit strong, okay, because you see the BB is still expanding. We go to D1. We can see a MHV sell. Price is not closing outside the BB on D1. Okay, and on H4 is rather hard to see, so let me zoom a little bit. H4 is a MHV sell as well, and the BB is contracting and become very small range. This will tell us that impending big move is coming. It's either upward or downward. So what we're going to do is we're going to check on H1, and currently on H1 you only see MHV sell. Okay, so what we want to do is we need to wait for the candle to close below the low BB and also below this EMA 50. So when that happens, we're gonna sell. So to wait for that, we set alert as usual. Alert is CSM sell. Okay. H1, check EMA 50. Okay, that's it. Next pair, GBP and ZD. So when we choose the pair, just on the side note, we try not to make all the pair with the same currency to avoid correlation. For example, if we trade everything against USD, slight movement on USD will impact all our trade. So that's why we try to vary the pair correlation so that they are not 100% correlate with each other. Okay. For GBP and ZD on weekly, we can see a re-entry sell. And one thing to notice here is if you look at the MACD, we see a bearish divergence. Okay, we can see the price is from here to here. You can take this one. You can take either here or here, is the same thing. Okay, we can see the price is moving up, but the MACD is moving down. So this is a bearish divergent, mean the price gonna go down. On daily time frame is a MHV sell. On H4 is a also MHV sell. However, on H1 we still don't have a CSM sell. It's still a MHV sell. So likewise, we need to set alert to wait for this to happen. Okay, so set alert using our custom indicator CSM sell. Remind ourselves to check the MA50, and that's it. That's the alert that we have for GBP and ZD. Next pair is CAD Yen. We don't have a Yen pair yet. Okay, so for Yen, CAD Yen on the weekly time frame is a re-entry buy, right? Price is at the buy zone, and as you can see here, EMA 50, MA low is outside, MA5 low is actually outside the BB here on weekly. So this is like a extreme magic, right? And if we look at D1 we already see a MHV buy, and this is a re-entry buy. Okay, on H4 this is a MHV buy. We need to wait for H1 to make CSM buy. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we need to wait for H1 to make this move. Okay, close outside the BB and also above the MA50. Again, we have to wait, so set an alert CSM buy. Remind ourselves, check MA50. As you can see, guys, using the custom indicator and the BBMA SOP is really easy to trade. What we're going to do is we look at the trade, we set the alert, and we just wait. Okay, and for further confirmation, we also can sometimes look at D1 if we see a bullish engulfing. Okay, for the strong buy setup. Okay, so CAD Yen we set alert. And the last pair we're going to look at today is, as usual, a gold. Gold in weekly. Currently price is at a re-entry sell. Last week is a buy. Now this week is a sell. It's probably going to go down because, as you can see here, the BBMA is not expanding. I mean, this move is not strong. And let's see if this is a divergent. Yes, this is a divergent as well. Okay, you can see a weekly divergent here. Mean the price actually gonna make a downtrend instead of moving up. Okay, so but let's stick with our BBMA. On D1 we see a MHV sell. Okay, on H4 MHV sell, and on H1 price actually just at the touching the low BB. Okay, so another thing to observe is, as you can see, the BB is contracting. If this happen, mean, like I said just now earlier, the price either gonna make a big move upward or downward. Okay, so to know the direction, that's why we use a BBMA multi time frame, and this will tell us that a big move gonna happen. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set alert as well for gold, and we're waiting for CSM sell. H1 want to make sure it's close below EMA 50 too. Okay, so that's it for this week. We have 1 2 3 4 5 alerts set. That's more than enough for our pro account. And let me recap before we end. For this week, the XY, we're looking at the sell. However, the sell is not ready yet. Okay, mean USD gonna be weak. And then Euro USD, we look for sell, but it's not ready. Set alert. GU, we're gonna buy. AU, we're gonna buy. EuroCAD, we wait for sell. GN, we wait for sell. CAD yen we wait for buy, and gold we wait for sell. So that's it for this week. I wish you all good luck in the trade, and till we meet again next week. Bye bye.